What up, what up, what up? It's your boy D, back at you with another video. If you guys are listening to this, I just want to start off by saying, Happy New Year. Let's go. We're going to crush our goals this year, and we're going to knock them shits out the park. And I want you guys to be a part of helping me with my goals and to reach 1,000 subs. We're at the halfway mark. We're at like 565 or something like that. Please help me gain my goal of reaching 1,000 subs. That would mean a whole lot to me, guys. But you already know what it is. Tonight, we have a huge night in wrestling. It's called Raw Day 1. This is supposed to be a big-ass night, and we got some matches we need to talk about. And who do I think the former World Heavyweight Champion that will be on tonight's show? Reporting live from San Diego, California. Let's get into it. Okay, so the first match I'm going to talk about is Tegan Nox and Natalya versus Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark. Now, if you're asking me, who do I think should be the number one contender for the tag team titles with against Kaden Chance and Kaden and Katana, excuse me. I think it's definitely have to be Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark, because I think them beating those Chance and Carter beating Baszler and Starks is way bigger than Tegan Nox and Natalya. Not saying no disrespect to Tegan Nox and Natalya at all, but Shayna Baszler and Zoe Starks are just badasses, and I truly think they need to just stop playing and just get Zoe Stark. Maybe put her on SmackDown, because she definitely has the talent. She definitely could be a star. She's just not excited. I feel like we gotta get her in a feud that can breed something, because I think she did very well for herself in the Trish Stratus. She did very well in her feud with Becky Lynch in a couple matches she had. I liked her match with Rhea. I just think there's a higher ceiling for her, and we just need to find it, because I think she is really good, and I think she really has a lot of talent. But I do think it hurt her not being able to capture the NXT Women's Championship, because I feel like that's always a good barometer for them. I think Indy Hartwell's injury hurts her just the same. When she was in NXT champion, I feel like we could have got more Indy Hartwell and kind of more of a push. And I feel like you can see that with her, Tegan Nox, and Candice LeRae, how they were very good athletes on NXT and they're beloved NXT talent. But I think getting them that title belt would have made them bigger stars and put bigger eyes on them in this industry. But if you're asking me, I'm going Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler for the W tonight. Next match we're going to talk about is Rhea Ripley versus Ivy Nile. Now, this match is going to be hard-hitting, and it's just going to show how much of dogs that Creed Brothers stable really is, and Ivy Nile is no different. Ivy Nile is hella athletic, and I feel like she's going to show. And I want to say big ups to Rhea Ripley for putting on young talent. She's working with a lot of the young girls who really aren't big names. And I feel like she's doing this kind of to show. That's kind of going to lead to the Becky Lynch thing. I feel like that's what's going to end up leading into is her feud with Becky Lynch probably going into WrestleMania 40. Because Becky's going to say, when I didn't have the title, I went back and I helped the young division with the young girls, and I helped Xia Li get on TV. She helped Indy Hartwell get on TV. And I feel like Rhea Ripley's saying, I did the same thing, but I also did it with the title as well. So I feel like that's what we're kind of going to get into. And I feel like it's going to be a good storyline, because we really haven't had a good women's storyline in a while. I think this Damage Control thing is the best storyline we got. But I think there could be more in the Divas division, to where I wouldn't be mad if they main evented a pay-per-view or close out a Raw. I just feel like we need to put more respect on the women's divisions because they have great matches. Not saying their matches aren't good, but I feel like it's just a difference when you see the Bloodline story or you see the War Game story we were going into. Main event Jey Uso, the storylines are there on the men's side. I feel like we need to find a writer who can make the storylines pop just as much on the women's side. But I got Rhea Ripley obviously in this match. But I think Ivy now is going to show that she's a very credible contender and she's here to stay. And I think that's going to be really important for her growth and development in this women's division. We got two big main event matches, big marquee matches on tonight's card. And this is the first one. We got Becky Lynch versus Nia Jax. This match is like 5 years in the making. Nia Jax breaking Becky Lynch's nose is basically what rose her to stardom and what rose her to the top. And now we got this. Finally, 5 years later, we got Becky Lynch versus Nia Jax. I'm excited to see how this goes because I think they did a decent job for this feud. And this is actually some of the best promo work I think I've ever heard Nia Jax do. Ever. I like how they talked about the behind the scenes stuff of her getting fired and how Nia Jax is dangerous. I like all of that. See, this is what I mean. Like, we're getting some seeds. And I think this match is going to be really good. And I want them to feud through maybe like through a Rumble. I'm not mad if you go Becky and Nia maybe all the way through Elimination Chamber and then Becky goes and fights Rhea. I want more because I think the women deserve long-term storytelling. We're getting a lot of long-term storytelling on Raw, SmackDown. Hell, even in AEW, we're getting long-term storytelling with this whole Devil feud that just happened. We're not getting enough of that in the women's division in any company. Maybe the Knockouts and TNA, maybe. But I think it's going to be very important to get that long-term storytelling. And this isn't going to be a long-term storytelling kind of thing, but I think you can make this Becky Lynch, Nia Jax feud run for in the next 1 to 3 months until you really get to that push of WrestleMania 40. So with that being said, I think this match is going to end kind of screwy, but I do think Nia Jax is going to win. And if she doesn't win, I feel like it's going to end in like a disqualification or a no count out. But I think Nia Jax is going to get the upper hand on Becky, and that's going to give something for Becky to climb back and fight from, and we'll just have to see if the crowd runs towards it. And the main event will be her husband, Seth freaking Rollins, versus Drew McIntyre. I love Drew McIntyre. Honestly, if you're asking me, I think this is some of the best character work of Drew McIntyre's career. I think he is so much better of being face/heel, because that's really what he is. Because like everything he talked about, I'm not mad at that. Like his frustrations and why he needs the title and why he's home, he's always away from his family, and why he hates Jey Uso and how the bloodline stole his moment. I love all of that. Actually, I love all of it. Every little bit of that, I love it. And I like how they're telling the story and where they're going with it, more importantly. So, but do I think Drew McIntyre will win the title tomorrow against Seth Rollins? Fuck no. Absolutely not. You do not put that title on him. So, now you're probably going to ask me, what do I think is going to happen? Okay, I think Seth Rollins will get the clean win, but I think the person who will interrupt Drew McIntyre and get him the win will be Sami Zayn. I think a returning Sami Zayn will come out and he's going to haluva kick Drew McIntyre or beat the shit out of him, and then Seth's going to come in with the stomp. Boom. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to see Seth Rollins in the main event win, retain his World Heavyweight Championship, and then I feel like we're going to see like maybe like a little mind game from like a CM Punk or something like that. Maybe like a little or something like that, because I know he's not on this episode of Raw, but I know he's on the next episode of Raw. So I feel like we're going to get something with that. But I do feel like it's going to get Sami Zayn and Drew McIntyre is going to be the next feud that goes into the new year. And I think it's going to be a good feud, and I think it's going to be a great match. But I've got Seth Rollins ending out with the W. Now, from Triple H himself, there was a former World Championship champion tease, and we're all wondering who it is. Some people say it's Andrade, but Andrade was literally only the NXT champion, and I believe he won the United States title, if I'm not mistaken. I think Andrade would be a perfect competitor for Gunther. A great competitor for Gunther. I think that would be dope. Andrade versus Gunther would be hard-hitting. That'd be some shit, if you're being honest. But I don't think it's Andrade. The former world champion, I think, will come out and return to Raw Day 1 tonight. I think it's Batista. But I don't think Batista's gonna fight. I think Batista will return and he will finally go into the Hall of Fame after 4 years of fucking waiting for this. I think Batista will be the headliner at the Hall of Fame. He's a big star. And if you're asking me, Batista is the best wrestler turned actor, period. Batista is a whole fucking thespian, bro, at this point. Batista's movies are fire. If you look at the characters he plays, it's just absolutely dope. So I think the guy's going to be Batista, and that's just how I'm calling it. Let me know how you guys are calling it. Who do you guys think that major return is going to be tonight? So that's all I got for you guys today. Also, before I go, I want to say thank you guys to everybody who's been sending me hella matches to watch. Last night, I believe I watched Dusty Rhodes versus Kevin Sullivan last night. And I just want to know, anybody out there, who the fuck was the Midnight Rider? Because that had to be the most random finish I ever seen watching that match. Because I know they fought a bunch of times. I seen they fought in when they were older, they fought in a tight bull rope match. So please keep sending me matches from the AWA, NWA, WCW, before the NWO, ECW. Send me all the matches and the storylines that you think I should pay attention to. Iron Claw is coming to you. I will be seeing Iron Claw probably this weekend. So please let me know. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you again. And once again, Happy New Year. It's been your boy D. And until forever finds you.